So today we're going to go through rotors. You'll find rotors down here on the left-hand side on the tab. Rotors are a really easy way to keep track of all your shifts, your day-to-day in the business. It communicates information with the staff really well as well because they can see what shifts they're working, and it gives you as a manager or administrator a clear overall view of exactly what employees are working, what shifts throughout that week, that month, whenever it might be. So there's options. You can create a new rotor, but you can actually also copy an existing rotor across. Now, this can save you a lot of time because if the rotor is similar every week, you can just copy it across by selecting a shift that you already have created or a week's rotor already created, copy it across, and then you only have to change a couple of details rather than starting from scratch. If you was to create a new one, you would name it, put the duration, put the start date. Now, the duration we can do for 14 days, we can do a calendar month. We'll just do it for 7 days for this example. And then you'll put your start date. Now, off that, you then select the employees who are working on that week's shift. As you can see, they all appear down the side. It actually cross-checks for you, if they are on holiday or they're absent for any reason. So straight away, it tells you not to put them on that shift. So it means you're not going through records, you're not trying to work out who's on holiday that week. It just does it all automatically. So it saves you a lot of time. You can then add shifts in. So we'll start with Michael. So Michael's working 9 to 5. You can leave notes. So you can say complete ABC. You can say if they're on a certain site, but you can also color coordinate it. The green color might relate to one part of the business, where the yellow relates to something separate. It then gives you a clear overall view of exactly who's working where throughout the week. Now, as you can see, it remembers that shift, so I can copy it into a different shift, or you could do a new one altogether. Another option is you can add a new shift here. You select create the shift, so we'll just do a 9 to 5 again just for the demonstration, and then you just add in pluses who's working on that shift. So again, really quick, really easy to do. You can add open shifts. So for example, on Monday, you might say you have 2 shifts available on your 9 to 5, or you can change it. So you could say I've got 2 shifts available 10 to 5. When you press next, you select the employees that goes to. The first 2 to accept that will get that shift. Now you can have multiple rotors running at once. If you put someone on the same shift on 2 separate rotors, the system will flag that up and it will tell you not to put them on that shift. It summarizes the total hours for you here. And when you publish it, it will actually notify the employees by email and via their profile what upcoming shifts they have. You can see a full summary here as well of an overview of your shift. So you see Michael's contract hours are 35 and his total hours here are 32. So as I mentioned, it's giving you all that clear overall view of all that information. If they have a P here, it means because employees can actually accept and decline shifts. So if you put that as a setting, this one says P for pending. Michael Scott can either accept it or decline it. If it's accepted, it will go to A. If it's declined, it will go to D. And then exactly that means they've taken that shift or not as well. So you have the different options. You also have different views. So you've got a drag and drop view where you have the shifts along the top, the dates down the side, and you just drag who's working what shift on that date. So easy to manage. And you also have the timeline view here.